Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Zilliqa, aka ZIL. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask guys to please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course I always do greatly appreciate it. Now overall, today we are going to be answering the major question: is Zilliqa dead? Did it go on that last major move, and did it just drop over and die? And the question here, or I shouldn't say the question, but the answer to that question here is going to be answered in about a couple minutes. So, first off, let's address ZIL's price action. We are going to be talking about the chart, then we're going to be talking about some interesting things happening within ZIL and some major updates that just recently happened. So, obviously, yes, off of its major spike in price, it is down a little bit. But this is expected. I mean, come on, guys. This went from, like 4 cents, 3 cents, around that range, all the way to almost 23 cents. So, or I should say 22 cents. So this is something that is a pretty significant move. And we could actually kind of address this move. I mean, honestly, when we're talking about the price action on this thing, this spiked up over 600 and almost 20%. So this pullback that just recently happened was something that is expected, especially when you look at something like this. I mean, this was about a 55% pullback. So obviously those individuals buying at the top, or, I would say, I know it seems like it sucks right now, but you got to look at the long term. Now, in terms of, ZIL, I've been saying, $1 to about $1.10. I've been seeing, some crazy price appreciation targets for ZIL. I mean, like $5 to $10 to $15. It's like crazy. But honestly, I'm looking at around like the $1 to about $1.10 zone. Now, this would put it at about almost roughly like a $12.66 billion market cap. A little bit higher if you go off of the $1.10, price valuation, but again, I see an incredible future ahead for ZIL, as we do see more and more projects launching on it. But also in terms of the price action, is this thing dead? No, absolutely not. It looks like it is gaining some momentum here, hitting some support. Honestly, look at the support zone that we are at on the weekly candle. It's the same support zone going back to March 1st, 2021 in terms of the monthly candle. So I'd say that we're at a pretty good level here, bouncing off that 10-day EMA so far. On the weekly, again, you guys kind of see where we are at on the weekly. That support zone at about the 382 was broken officially. We're coming down to these crucial areas going back as far as that February and March time frame. Still around that nice solid support zone. Pretty much testing that support zone going back as far as March 28th in terms of that weekly candle. So I'd say things look pretty good in that aspect. Volume does not look good. We need a lot more volume right now in order for us to push up. On the daily span, you can kind of see that RSI sort of getting to the point where it's almost going to test that moving average yet again. Hopefully get that nice break up above it, and hopefully we get some volume here, because honestly the volume aspect is the thing that's bad right now, and if we do not get any more volume, we will retest those major lows at about roughly almost 9 cents. So I'm looking for a retest of those points from March if we do not get that significant volume in that we need currently. On the daily, we do see a little bit of a different picture being printed here, where we are hitting resistance at the 10-day EMA instead of it being a support zone. So, I don't think that this project's dead. I shouldn't say I don't think. I mean, like, when we talk about ZIL, I think that what they're building out is going to take some time. I just don't think that the project's dead necessarily, because development is continuing to, grow within the Zilliqa ecosystem. So, definitely focus on that area alone. In terms of price action will follow through once the market really kind of bounces back. I think that, this pump did start at a pretty, bad time in this market, but it doesn't mean that it's not going to bounce back. I think that when we talk about this, it will most likely possibly come down and test the 50-day, or EMA at about almost 9 cents. So, just watch for that retest of that area. And I think that is a perfect buy point, honestly. Especially when we look at the past points at around that 200-day EMA, which is around the range that we ranged on for a very long time. It's also the area that we kind of retested back in February before we went to the all-time high anyway. So definitely, keep a close eye out on that. Now, excuse me. Let's talk about why ZIL will most likely continue to grow. So we did see here with EVM technology finally scheduled to come to Zilliqa this year, they're on a path to become a consistently top 25 blockchain. And we also see here the choice of Zilliqa and Solidity in the same ecosystem is going to be massive for projects and blockchain developers as well. Honestly, this is very crucial. I've always said, excuse me, guys. I've always said that when we talk about, all of this sort of interconnectivity happening within this market, you always have to support it, right? Because interoperability and things like that, interconnectivity between, multi-chains is going to be something that really kind of helps a lot of these networks continue to grow and prosper, not only from a developer standpoint, but also from just interconnectivity process from individuals utilizing other, chains, right? So I think that this is also going to allow for a lot more demand of ZIL, specifically from use case standards and developers, but also just from demand in general. Now, also, we did see ZIL release their 2022 Vision and Beyond, and I really thought this gave us a little bit of a really good view. I mean, not only are they focused on DeFi, they're also focused on gaming and the Metropolis, of course. And definitely look into this, guys. I mean, this is pretty significant. So I'm not going to go in depth on this. I'm not going to read the entire thing word for word. But again, they are really kind of, taking a quick look on sustainability and things like that. But then they are focused on DeFi plans. So we do see our technical roadmap for the year is a laser focused on speed, compatibility, and interoperability. Specifically, we're working towards EVM support, which will be a breakthrough, easing the migration to Zilliqa going forward, as well as LLVM support for Zilliqa, which will dramatically enhance Zilliqa's execution speed. EVM will in turn help attract more projects to bridge seamlessly onto the blockchain, aka what I was talking about in terms of like on-chain or not on-chain, multi-chain support. Like this allows for a lot of streamlined, bridging and things like that. EVM support will help developers and dApps migrate onto Zilliqa quickly. We have a solid plan to expand DeFi products within Zilliqa as well, as that is a bedrock of growth. Our focus is on infrastructure and interoperability. We will, be upgrading ZIL Bridge and expand it to multiple EVM and non-EVM networks for both fungible and non-fungible tokens. And of course, increase competition with decentralized exchanges, upgrade ZIL Swap, new decentralized exchanges, amplified liquidity pools, single-sided liquidity AMMs, or auto market makers, arbitrary token pairs, and cross-chain swap solutions and routes. And there's so much more, guys. Honestly, love the focus from the ZIL team here, and I'm really excited for this. They also welcomed over 10 new seasoned industry experts in terms of hiring. They are going to be talking more so about the growth of Web3, focusing on NFTs, creator economy, metaverse, and so much more. Honestly, I think that when we talk about ZIL, they're going to continue to build out. Also, in terms of gaming, yes, they do have a specialty in gaming. They are focused in on this category specifically. They have seen major partnerships within Mad Lions, Ninjas in Pajamas, and RRQ. This is pretty key, especially when you look at esports and things like that. So I definitely think that this is something very, very cool as well. So definitely keep a close eye out on ZIL as we do kind of move forward. Everyone's really kind of focused on the Metropolis and things like that, but there's so many other categories to really focus on here as well, as they do continue to really build out. And they do see here, some called Zilliqa a sleeping giant on the cusp of an awakening. We've already seen it enjoy stellar performance in 2021 and a solid stream of strategic partnerships as we stretch our wings and apply blockchain to both the real and virtual worlds. Our imagined projects are coming to life, and 2022 is serving as proof of this. So definitely keep a close eye out on ZIL, guys, especially moving forward. I think that this is going to be something pretty interesting. And of course, in terms of one of their new hires, I'm mentioning this one individual. Gaming is a serious business, and Valentin Kobelia, I'm hoping I'm saying that right. I'm probably butchering it. Will drive Zilliqa's strategy on both fronts. As head of gaming technology, his experience and passion for games and crypto will give us the strength and integrity to achieve our gaming goals. So, like I said, we focus on a lot of areas within this market, but gaming is also a pretty big category, guys. I've always said it. Make sure to take a quick look at the gaming area, because although it's not like the top 10 in terms of the list, right? I know gaming is down here somewhere. I know it's pretty far down, but it is also an area that I do think that is going to unlock a major shift into retail demand. I think it's actually up here. I think I went right past it. I know that it's somewhere within there. I could actually just search it, guys. Here, hold on. So here you guys have gaming at number 128. The market cap is sitting at about like 26.6 billion, but this is like the areas that will allow for a lot more retail demand to come into this space. So definitely keep a close eye out on the gaming sector. Also keep a close eye out on the real estate sector. I see this at like $181 million. Like, come on, guys. A $300 trillion global market. We're sitting at about 181 million. Wow. But seriously though, in terms of the gaming sector, I do think ZIL is perfectly positioned for this in terms of disruption, especially from the Metropolis, and I've addressed that multiple times. So definitely keep a close eye on that. And we do see her being the leader in blockchain-based gaming. ZIL, as you guys do see here, we're making Zilliqa a leader in blockchain-based gaming by bringing studios and their games onto Zilliqa, integrating digital assets into P2E and F2P games, so I can't even talk, enhancing engagement between esports players and fan communities. And of course, you do see those partnerships that I mentioned before down there. So honestly, when we talk about things that are happening within ZIL, absolutely loving the updates that we've been seeing in terms of roadmaps, updates going forward. They've been pretty transparent with that, and even with the Metropolis as well, they've been very transparent as well. And I'm very happy, to say the least, in terms of the price action too. I think that this has been holding pretty strong. If we do come down and retest those lows, make sure to look at the lows going back as far as the March timeframe, which would be around like the 10 to possible wicks, down to the 236 at about almost 8.5 cents. This area is a very good point of entry, I would say, to really watch for, especially in terms of what ZIL is really kind of focused on and the long-term goals here for ZIL. So with that being said, I really do hope you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys don't want free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.